Hello, it's me, Tonnam again. And this is the continuous chapter 2 of Captain Underpants and the invasion of the incredibly naughty cafeteria ladies from outer space and the subsequent assault of the equally evil lunchroom zombiners. Chapter 2. The Evil Space Guys. One dark night in Pequot, Ohio, a flaming object was seen streaking across the quiet midnight sky. It shone brightly for a second or two, then fizzled out just above the room Horbis Elementary School. Nobody gave it a second thought. You see the spaceship up? See the spaceship up on elementary school? The next day, everything seemed pretty normal. Nobody noticed anything different about the school. Nobody paid any attention to the roof. That's where the spaceship landed. And of course, nobody looked up and said, "Hey, what's that? That big spaceship thing you're doing on the roof of the school?" Perhaps if they had, the horrible ordeal that followed might never happen. And you wouldn't be sitting here reading about it right now. But they didn't. It did. And, well, here we are. As we can all plainly see, there was a spaceship on top of the building. And inside that spaceship were three of the most evil, hideous, and merciless spacemen ever to set foot on the roof of a small Midwestern elementary school. Their names were Swords, Clax, and Jennifer. Their mission? To take over planet Earth. First, said Swords, we must find a way to infiltrate the school. Then, said Clax, we will turn all the children into giant superpowered evil zombie nerds. Finally, said Jennifer, we will use them to take over the world. Swords and Clax laughed and laughed. Silence, you fools, barked Jennifer. If our plan is to work, we must wait until it is narratively convenient. In the meantime, we will watch their every move on our trinacoscope. So, today we're going to do chapter 3. We're going to do chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. So, that's going to be a lot of chapters. So, this is the chapter 3, Fun with Science. Early that morning, George and Harold were sitting in their 10:15 a.m. science class making silly noises. Meow, George mewed softly without moving his lips. Oh, Harold, without opening his mouth. There it is again, exclaimed their science teacher, Mr. Flint. I distinctly heard a cat and a dog in here. We didn't hear anything, the children said, trying not to laugh. I'm laughing right now. The children watched as the tiny volcano started to rumble. Oh, I'm in the wrong page. So, Mr. Fit said wearily, I must be hearing things again. Maybe you should leave and go to see a doctor, said George with a concern. I can't, said Mr. Fit. Today is a big day of the volcano experiment. The giant volcano. So, all the children groaned. Mr. Fit's science experiments were usually the most idiotic things on earth. They almost never work and they always were boring. But today's experiments was different. The volcano, he bought a large fake-looking volcano that I just told you in a second or a minute. And Mr. Fit, he filled the volcano with a box of ordinary baking soda. Well, it's a little science experiment that, some of us know already. Baking soda is also called sodium bicarbonate, explained Mr. Fit. Oh, baking soda is called sodium bicarbonate? I don't really know that. So our science teacher didn't tell us that. Said Mr. Fit. Did any of you children just hear? Never mind. Mr. Fit opened a bottle of clear liquid. Now watch what happens when I pour vinegar into baking soda, he said. The students watched as a tiny volcano started to rumble. Soon a large globe of foamy goop spilled at the top. The goop poured over the desk and dripped onto the floor, creating a huge mess. Oops, said Mr. Fit. I guess I used too much baking soda. George and Harold were stunned. How did you do that? Asked Harold. Well, said Mr. Fit, the vinegar acts as a liberating agent. With a little bit, which releases the gaseous carbonate with the cold element of the sodium bicarbonate. Mr. Fit paused. Excuse me, children, I've got to go and see a doctor. Mr. Fit put on his coat and hurried out the door. George and Harold got up and studied the messy volcano experiment with great interest. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Said George. I think I'm thinking what you're thinking, said Harold. Oh yeah, it's getting amazing. Well, a little bit hilarious. Chapter 4, the setup. After school, the two boys raced to George's house and got down to business. George and Harold sat down and began creating a butterless cupcake with it. We'll just add a box of baking soda and a bottle of vinegar to this recipe, said George. And whoever makes these cupcakes will get a big surprise. Let's add 2 boxes of baking soda and 2 bottles of vinegar to the recipe, and said Harold. That way they'll get even a bigger surprise. Good idea, laughed George. Chapter 5, the last chapter that I'm reading today. Mr. Krabs' Crispy Cupcakes. Chapter 5. The next morning at school, George and Harold strolled into the cafeteria and tapped a festive-looking card to the kitchen door. The festive-looking card from George and Harold to the lunch ladies in the kitchen. So they strolled without letting no one see. And soon the lunch ladies arrived. Oh, sorry. Oh, look, said Miss Crant, the head lunch lady. Today is Mr. Krabs' birthday, and he'd like us to make a batch of cupcakes just for him. Isn't that cute? I've got an idea, said the cook, Mrs. D-Point. Why don't we surprise him and make cupcakes for the whole school? See, this guy. I don't know which one is Mrs. Crant, Mrs. D-Point, and Mrs. and Mrs. and Mrs. D-Point. Okay. So, good thinking, said Miss Crant. Let's see now. This receipt serves 10, and we have about 1,000 students and faculty in the school, so we'll need 100 eggs, 150 cups of flour, 200 boxes of baking soda, 7 quarts of green food coloring, 56 of butter, 150 cups of sugar, and let's see, oh yes, 200 bottles of vinegar. The lunch ladies scrolled about gathering everything they needed. They dumped the eggs, food coloring, milk, and baking soda into a large vat and began to mix truly. Then somebody poured in the vinegar. Oh, actually, today I'm going to do chapter 6. But it's only one page. So, what happened next? So, somebody poured in, the lunch ladies gathered everything they needed and dumped them into a giant, large vat. Then somebody poured in the vinegar. Kablash! I did that because the note said, please check this book back and forth uncontrollably when you read the following word. Also shout it out as loud as you can. Okay. It says, don't worry, you won't get in trouble. I will do it at school. Okay. Chapter 6.5 we're going to be for, okay, I'll finish for episode 2 of Captain Underpants and the invasion of the incredibly naughty cafeteria ladies from outer space and the subsequent assault of the equally evil lunchroom zombie nerds. Episode 3 will be next time. Bye!